Hey, CP Show says it right there, just like the guy just sang. Welcome back, everybody. We had a little 2-week hiatus. Not going to talk about that. None of you beeswax, as far as I'm concerned. But this is the CP Show. Happy Halloween. Happy Spooktober. We're back on a Thursday night at 8 p.m. like we're supposed to be. So we're doing it. We're doing the damn thing. And that's what's going on. We're going to talk about this week a few things. We're going to talk about I had a truck. I tried to blow my truck up. That's an interesting story. And then I had a Looney Tune Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs customer. Now, I know I had another story about that, but that was a job that we did not do because she showed herself as a loon bird before we signed the contract. And I don't want to give the wrong impression because I don't know if you guys know this, but well, nobody knows this because the average watch time is 47 seconds. Jesus, analytics will really fucking humble you. The company that sponsors the show is my company. So I don't want to paint myself in a bad light by always talking about Looney Tune customers. So I've been doing this 29 years and I've had 6-7 Looney birds in 29 years. So I think that's pretty good. In the beginning, you get a couple quick. And then as you get a little experience and you learn to weed those out, you learn to spot the Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs before you sign the contract. This lady's crazy, and I'm going to talk about it. And she'll never see this. And I don't give a shit if she does. Because this is a nut bird story. And we'll see. Leave a comment down below. Tell me if, you think I'm crazy or she's crazy. But I don't think there's going to be a question here. So a little bit of Georgia Bulldog talk. That's important. I still stink at daily fantasy, but got a little better this week. We'll talk about Halloween. That's going on. And we'll see where it goes. I got to get to 45 minutes. So we'll see what happens. Here's the deal. Before we get started, let's take 30 seconds and appreciate that amazing sponsor that I just spoke of that sponsors the show.
Hi there. Are you looking for quality kitchen cabinets? Are you looking for quality luxury vinyl plank flooring? Do you live in the South Florida area and have considered remodeling your home? I think I have something for you. kitchenandfloorstore.com. kitchenandfloorstore.com. kitchenandfloorstore.com.
And we're back. Just like that, we are back. So, tried to blow my truck up. Was told by the mechanic if it was a Dodge, I would have blown it up. That's what's going on. So here's the story. I've been having some battery issues. Remember when batteries lasted 15 years? And you could take the things off and pour some water in there and it would go another 3 years? What the hell happened to batteries? Now they sell you a 2-year, 3-year, or 5-year. By the way, they went from $67 to $299. What in the world is going on with batteries? But having some battery issues. Kind of came out of nowhere. And then I'm on a job site. As you guys may have known or inferred, I live in South Florida. So I'm an hour and a half north of where I actually live on a job site. It's an hour with no traffic. There's never no traffic. So I'm an hour and a half north. We've got subcontractors there. There's shit going on. I have to go to Home Depot. I come back. I go outside to crank the truck up. It's dead. Does anybody have any jumper cables? I do indeed. Oh, amazing. Let's jump the truck off. I think I'm just going to have to go buy a fucking battery for $300. This is getting annoying. It only happened once before, but now you're in this world where anytime I try to crank up, it may not crank up. So we hooked the jumper cables up. Now, here's where I share with all of you that I'm a complete moron idiot. And that's a shame because I know how to mechanic. I've changed a transmission in my own vehicle before. I've certainly changed starters and alternators and belts and shit like that, brakes even. But I showed myself as the moron that deep down I am in this case. So, we all know that batteries have red and black. And that's how you're supposed to put the jumper cables on. But the newer trucks have sort of a rack on top with lots of terminals, and all those things go to the starter and the alternator and the computer and the different things. And it's just a way to hook up all of the things off the battery. But the posts look as if they're negative and positive. So I didn't have a good connection on the negative. It certainly wasn't cranking up. Tick, tick, tick. And I go, well, I'll take it off the negative and I'll pop it up here on this negative where I can get a real good connection. And it sparked. Now, luckily, my countertop subcontractor said, whoa, whoa, whoa. And he took it off of his positive right away. No. And I go, what the fuck? No. Oh, no is right. No. No bueno. So I pull this off. God bless him. I think the combination of GMC, smart design, and this guy saved me $6,000. Back on the negative, back on the positive, we got nothing. Now we got nothing. Okay, the screen comes on, that's it. The whole dashboard is black. We got nothing. Absolutely nothing. So I have definitely fucked something up. So then I go, okay, I go to an AI. I use Grok. Tell me what fuses. Hopefully, I blew a fuse. Let's look at fuses. We checked so many fuses. There's no fuses blown. Man, I have fucking made a mistake. I call my mechanic, which is an hour and a half away. And he's a Russian guy. I love him so much. And he goes, sounds like you blew it up. I can't touch it till next week. I don't know what to tell you. I go, okay. So I find out that my insurance company will cover a tow up to 14 miles. Let me pause here. This is how you run a business. Okay? As a business owner, if you're in business, forward-facing customers, this is how you get work that you normally wouldn't get. Okay? I put into the maps mechanic within 14 miles. Turns out my insurance would pay for a tow up to 14 miles, no out-of-pocket cost. 6 of those come up. 2 of them don't answer the phone, no voicemail, just rings and rings and rings. They're out. There's 4 left. 2 answer the phone and say, I can't touch it till day after tomorrow. I can't touch it till next week. I'm too busy. I don't need your work. They're out. 2 go to voicemail, similar voicemails. We're out in the shop. We're working hard. We promise we'll call you back. Leave a message. 1 calls me back 10 minutes later. This is Vinny, Bob Smith Automotive. Shout out Bob Smith Automotive, Lake Worth Beach, Florida. If you're in the surrounding areas and have a problem with your vehicle, take it to Bob Smith Automotive. Hey, it's Vinny. Vinny's his son, I found out. Hey, it's Vinny, Bob Smith Automotive. Got your voicemail. What's going on? So I give him the story. I'm an hour and a half away from home. I'm on a job site. I'm going to have to rent a truck. Blah, blah, blah. He says to me this. Can't touch it till tomorrow, but you can tow it to me tonight. Even if we're closed when you get here, there's a clear parking lot at our place. drop it off. There's a drop box for the key. Leave a sticky note on the seat with your name and phone number. I understand your situation. I'll bump you up as best I can. We'll look at it first thing in the morning and see if we can get you done so you don't got to run a truck for a ridiculous amount of days. That's how you run a business. Guy's got my business. The guy's got my business. We didn't even talk about what's this going to cost. Okay. We tow it to the guy. Thank Christ this was a GMC. I blew out all the fuses. So under that thing I'm telling you, where I put the thing in the wrong place, the post, that is a main fuse. I did not know that. I blew that fuse. I blew the starter. I did not blow the computer. Okay? This guy, shout out Vinny Bob Smith Automotive. This guy kept me informed, called me 3 or 4 times. Hey man, good luck, or good news, you didn't blow out the computer, you're all good there, we got the fuses fixed, your starter needs to be replaced, I'm going to order the part now, I'll let you know when it's in. Hey buddy, while I got it on the rack, you want me to change the oil? It says you're due for it on the dashboard. Yeah, I am due for it. Go ahead and do that too. Thank you, Vinny. How much is that going to run me? He says bada bye. I go, holy shit, but it's not crazy. What if I bring you cash? He saves me $150. Now, again, as a business owner, people think cash is a big deal. It's not. I still got to put it in the fucking bank. I have to show for it. Where did this $3,000 come from? Well, here's the contract. It's the same. I don't get to put it in my pocket. If it's $300, I do. Shout out Vinny. Shout out Bob Smith Automotive. Shout out Lake Worth Beach. I'm a complete idiot, and I blew out the fuses in the starter in my truck. Then I got to rent a truck for 2 days. Now, I took advantage of that, and I made 3 dump runs in this rented truck because the dump tends to put a screw in your tire. It didn't, thank goodness. So, yeah, I guess it all worked out in the end, except it cost me $1,500. But we got all that settled. Now let's move on. No, let's not, because this is just me bitching. Let's do a palate cleanser here. Okay? Let's talk about my Georgia Bulldogs. How about them Bulldogs? See, I haven't seen you guys. I don't see you. I see a ring light and a fucking camera. You haven't seen me in a couple of weeks for reasons unknown. But we played Auburn, and we looked like shit most of the game, and then we came through and we won. That seems to be our MO this year. I didn't know that Georgia could have a bad football defensive side of the football, but we do. Last game was Ole Miss, and no one stopped anyone. Every single offensive series for both teams ended in a score until the fourth quarter with about 8 minutes left. And Georgia finally made a stop, and it was enough to win the game. So our defense stinks, but can we shout out Gunner? Hey, guys, can we shout out Gunner Stockton? Because he's one hell of a quarterback. He's throwing it all over the field. He's slinging it like a fucking pro, and he's Superman diving into the end zone. This guy is something. See, us Georgia fans, we don't like to believe that a quarterback's good. Stetson Bennett won us a national championship. Then he decided to come back and start another year, and collectively, Georgia fans went, oh, come on, man. Can we get a real quarterback? The guy just won us a national championship. And he did it again. Now we all believe in him. All you got to do is win back-to-back national championships, and Georgia fans will believe in you as a quarterback. Holy shit. Gunner Stockton deserves some love. He deserves all the flowers, okay? He's a hell of a quarterback. Defense, different situation. We fucking stink as a defense, and we need to do better. But we'll figure it out. We will figure it out. I believe in Kirby Smart. Now, that doesn't mean we're going to figure it out this year. I don't know if we're good. I don't know how you go from where we are on defense to where we need to be to win a national title. Because you're looking at Ohio State. I can't believe in Indiana just yet. I'd like to. They deserve me believing in them. They're one hell of a team. They're winning every game they're supposed to win, but it's tough for me to, like Nick Saban said, Vanderbilt was always an easy out. It's tough for me to believe in them. It's tough for me to believe in Indiana as a national contender. Yeah, I don't know. But it's looking like Ohio State, Indiana, Texas A&M. I'd like to put Georgia in fourth there, but I don't think that's the case. So, yeah, that's where we are. We're not in fourth, okay? But it's hard for me, Miami, turns out they might stink. I don't know. It's tough. I don't know where to put Oregon, all right. But, yeah, it's tough. USC, suck it. They're not back. Texas stinks. Does Arch Manning stink? Holy shit. I'd like to think he doesn't. I'd like to think he'll settle down and be great next year. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I would like to think that. I don't give a shit if he's good or not. I want Georgia to win every year. So we got Florida this weekend. They're in shambles. They have an interim coach. They've fired everybody. It's a madhouse over there. And that's exactly when they fuck around and beat Georgia. So we need to hold it down, put it together, play proper football, go Dogs, go Dogs, go Dogs. All right. There's the college football talk for this week, for all you dorks that don't like it. I can't. Let's talk about this lady. I can't. Oh, real quick. Georgia. So I had posted some stuff online and on X, and it was like, is Georgia Auburn really that kind of rivalry or whatever? Yeah, guys. We played Auburn for the first time in 1892. It is that kind of rivalry. That's what the SEC is all about. Is it really that kind of rivalry? It's tough now because the SEC is as big as the NFL. The schedules are all screwed up because we have to rotate. It's tough. It's the traditions are falling off the train like Indian lads on a train ceiling. You get what I'm saying? It's tough. But yeah, we played Auburn for the first time in 1892. And we both think we won that game, by the way. Those are fun. Let's talk about Looney Tune. Let's talk about Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I'm going to set this up to the best I can. At some point in this story, I'm going to put some pictures of the actual kitchen up here somewhere, if I can figure out how to do that, so you guys can see that we didn't just tape cardboard to the wall and call it a kitchen. We do absolute quality work, above the national standard work. We do that for value for the dollar, reasonable pricing. I want to be clear about that. Because I don't want to talk myself into just some scumbag, right? There are contractors who take your deposit and never show up. There are contractors who sign a contract with you and then do a week of work and then don't show up for 6 weeks because they have other shit going on. There are real fucking scumbags out there. Okay? They should be prosecuted. They should be run out of town. They should be run out of the business because they give us a bad name. Us, meaning people that do do it correctly, do it for reasonable prices, do it to make a living. I've been doing this for 29 years, and I've had 7 cuckoos, 7 Looney Tunes in 29 years. That's not bad. That's better than the average bear. And as you get older and more experienced, you learn how to not take those jobs. Hence the story I told you a couple episodes ago with the crazy lady that froze when it was time to give me a deposit. You go, oh, that's a loony bird, and I should not do that job. She did reach out, by the way, and say, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm ready to do this. And I just said, I don't, we're schedule's full. Schedule's full. Okay. This starts with a referral. So those are golden. Most of our business is referrals at this point. We've been doing this a long time. This starts with a referral. And I didn't realize some of the things I'm going to tell you, even with my experience in the beginning. But now that it's all come together, I'm going to back up to the beginning and tell you. So the way that I close deals is we meet at the showroom once we're all on the same page. Then you can open doors and drawers and look inside cabinets and pull out shelves and see the product and touch the product and know that you're getting a product that you like, that is good quality, that is value for the dollar. And then we sign the contract right there. We go over every single line and we sign the contract right there on the fake kitchen that we're standing in. I do the same thing I do every time. I go to Google Maps or whatever, I touch the thing, I share, I send it to the client. It pops up in their text, they touch it, it opens a map, and they follow that nice lady's voice to the showroom, and then we go about the thing I just shared with you. This woman gets 94% to the place and then gets lost and is driving around between industrial buildings. Okay, but then calls me screaming that she's lost. She's never going to find her way home ever again. She's going to die between these 2 buildings. How in the world am I ever going to find a way? And then we figure it out and she pulls up. Gets out of her car and goes, okay, I'm here. Not, oh, I'm sorry for screaming in your face and acting like a 4-year-old child. No, I'm here. Okay. Now, for whatever reason, that giant red flag that's slapping me in the face didn't go off. I just didn't see it. I just thought, poor lady got lost, got scared. This is not an 80-year-old woman, by the way. She's maybe late 50s, just to put it in context. Okay. We go over the contract, we sign the contract, we get the deposits, we do all the things, we order the cabinets. I'll call you in a week and give you a start date. I called her in a week, I gave her a start date. This is the start date. Okay, see you in 2 weeks, whatever it was, something like that, 10 days. Again, giant red flag flapping me in the face until I fall over, didn't see it. Saturday night at 9:15, I get a text that simply says, haven't heard from you, where are you? That's what it says, from this lady. What? So A, I'm confused. That must have been sent to someone else by accident. She sent it to me. B, it's 9:15 or whatever, 8:45 on a Saturday night. So I'm not going to respond. I'll respond first thing Monday morning with something like, was this meant for me? Oh, haha, hope you had a nice weekend. No. Then I get a phone call. 9:15 p.m. on a Saturday night. I haven't heard from you. What did you need to hear from me? First of all, I'm not available to you right now. I'm out with my family and my friends. It's Saturday night. I'm not available to you right now. But since you've called, what is it that you need? Why should I have reached out to you? Or we're still good for the date? Okay, that's what I wanted to know. Okay, well, that wasn't a Saturday night emergency. I didn't say this to her. I just said, yes, ma'am, we're still good for that date. Okie dokie. And again, it's too late now. The red flag could have knocked me down a fucking flight of stairs. It didn't matter now. We're in a contract. We're starting in 4 days or whatever the date was. Okay, we start the project. Now it calms down here and it all goes pretty smooth. We have access to the property. I'm not going to tell you how that goes, but this is the code or the keys under the mat or the doors, whatever. We have access to the property. We go in every day. Day one, we rip out all of her shit, haul it to the dump, a couple of dump runs, clean up real good, get ready. Day two, deliver the cabinets, start assembling, get ready to go for install. Day three, complete install. 3 days, we've taken her old kitchen out, put her new kitchen in. Now, we're not talking about complete. We're talking about cabinets installed, ready for template of countertops. If you have any knowledge of kitchens, that's how it works. The cabinets go in first, then the countertop guy comes out, measures. If it's a weird angle, makes a template, and then the customer picks the quartz or the granite or the whatever, and then we go and make the countertops. So there's a week in between while we're waiting on fabrication of countertops. This was all explained to this woman. But just to be clear, that next morning, I said, what do you think of the cabinets? I don't know. I'll see when you get done. I like the cabinet. They're beautiful. Again, they're beautiful. It's going to be Friday or Monday before when they bring tops. So this is on a Monday. First week, we finish up Wednesday. I think we might have went back Thursday to do a couple of things. And then we're done. And then on Monday, we're talking. This is going to be Friday or Monday when they bring tops. So a week. Oh my God, it's going to take a whole nother week. Well, yes, that's what I discussed with you. Then I call her like Wednesday and I go, hey, it's Monday. It's going to be Monday. Oh my God, it's going to be Monday. How are you? You didn't tell me that. Well, I told you Friday. No. Oh, let me be clear. Then she goes, you said Friday or Monday. I go, yeah, and now I'm saying Monday. So that's exactly one of the days that I told you it was going to be. At this point, I'm still smiling. You have to smile when you're talking on the phone. They can hear you smile. Yes, ma'am. Going to be Monday. We haven't clashed yet. I'm just realizing this is an awful woman. A completely self-absorbed, entitled, disrespectful, awful woman that cares about no one else's time, no one else's life but her own. And she's dumb as a box of rocks. Now, that doesn't mean uneducated. She's very educated. She's very educated. Works in the medical field. I wouldn't let this woman diagnose a stubbed toe for me. But she's very educated. But she is dumb. Now, here's where it starts to go downhill. While we're waiting on countertops for that week, I get a phone call at 9:30 at night on a Wednesday. Again, no concern for anyone else's life or time. Complete disrespect for anyone but herself. Total entitlement and self-absorption. And here's what the phone call said. The phone call doesn't say, My house is on fire. The phone call doesn't say the plumbing's leaking all over my furniture. The phone call doesn't say, hey, a cabinet fell off the wall and smushed my my daughter's face. No, no, no. The phone call is a screaming, yelling woman saying that her liquor bottles don't fit in the new cabinet the way they fit in the old cabinet. The cabinets aren't the right size. They're installed wrong. They're not tall enough. I have to have somebody look at this. This is crazy. They're not. Now understand, we bought cabinets from the same distributor. They're normal. No one in 29 years has ever said the cabinets aren't the right size. I put my liquor bottles and then I put a bowl on top. And I go, maybe you can put the bowl somewhere else. You have new cabinets. New cabinets aren't the same spacing as old cabinets. It's basically the same footprint, but it's different because they're different. This is a phone call I'm getting. I'm getting screamed at 9:30 on a Wednesday night because my liquor bottles don't fit in the same cabinet that they used to. I know what you're thinking. This lady got drunk and called me crazy. Nope, doesn't drink. Doesn't drink. Never had a drink in her whole life. That's the truth. This is for family and friends, and these are liquors from her home country. She doesn't drink. This is just an awful person. A dumb, dumb person. Okay, then we begin something that she's started. Then we started something that she's done all of her life, which is push too far until someone goes, I'm done with you. I'll never speak to you again. So we started the next morning with a text that was this long that says, I want you to cut the top of the cabinets out and raise up the crown molding 6 inches. I mean, that's not possible. It's not what you paid for. It's not what we're doing. Then that went to, okay, well, I got up on a ladder and looked, and I want you to paint the top of the cabinets. We're not doing that either. This is a one-story home, by the way. There has been times in my career where we've had a balcony and you could see the top of the cabinet, so we would finish that with some material, but that's not what this is. And then the requests got crazier and crazier and crazier. And then we started screaming that I have to have somebody look at this. This is all wrong. Somebody has to look at this. So I'm thinking, well, I'm not going to get paid at this point, right? If this lady's building a case to not pay me, even though, again, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I don't know which side the fucking picture's on. So we finish. We get paid. I'll give her credit for that. We get paid. Then 2 days later, I get the same thing. A 9:15 at night text. My niece turned off the lights and now they won't come back on. Okay. I'm not going to go into too much minutia here or detail with people that don't know electrical or remodeling or anything. But these lights don't blow, and modern electrical doesn't trip, or if it tripped, you just turn it back on the box. But that's not what happened here. These are low voltage LED. What probably happened here is her niece cut each light off individually, and now the switch doesn't turn them back on, and she's so dumb that she hasn't figured that out. I will honor our warranty because I'm a professional. And if something breaks or something happens, I will replace it for the life of the warranty. Other than that, I will never speak to this woman again. I hope that you don't watch this and think, fuck that contractor guy. I hope you watch this and think, oh, I don't want to be that person. See, you get to be picky. That's not what we're talking about here. You give someone 30 grand for a kitchen, you get to be picky. I teach my young guys that all the time. She's so picky. She gets to be picky. And we're going to make sure that we do all the things that she's picky about. That's what happens when you pay money for a kitchen. But you don't get to be unreasonable. You don't get to be so dumb that you say something like, I want you to cut the top of the cabinets out and raise them up so my bowl will go above my liquor bottles. I feel viscerally angry right now telling you guys this story. This is supposed to be an outlet for me. Holy shit. Okay, that's it. That is it. I cannot continue. So yeah, that's the thing. That's all I got on her. Let me know down in the comments. If somehow you think I'm an asshole because this lady's shit doesn't fit back in the new cabinets exactly the way it fit in the old cabinets, then let me know. Call me a dick face. I don't care. But this was above and beyond anything. And again, 29 years in this business. And I've had some loon balls. I've had some loon balls, okay? A couple of real loon balls. This lady takes the cake. Takes the cake. My referral, I love her. She says, oh my God, I saw the pictures. The kitchen looks amazing. She's going to call you. I think she's pissed about a couple of things. And I was just like, yeah, I'm not taking that call. That's when I told her. I'm like, this has happened to this woman so many times in her life. This is a normal occurrence in her personal relationships, in her professional relationships, where she's pushed and pushed and pushed until someone finally said, you're so unreasonable, I can't ever be around you again. And that's what's happened. So that's the story of the Looney Tunes Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs client. Boom, ba-clop. Okay. What else do we have today? Oh, here's something to lighten the mood, I hope, is why does every recipe website have to be a fucking nightmare? Do you guys know what I mean? You go, oh, I found this recipe. Let me pull up this website and I'll make this recipe. And then, so we all know that once it comes up, you want to touch jump to recipe because I don't care about the vlog or the blog. But you can't do that because first this video pops up, then this thing down here pops up, then the thing at the bottom pops up, then the thing pops up in the middle where you sign up for the newsletter, and none of those X's work. None of the X's work. The X's never work. And then you just got to wait for the whole thing to load. That's 6 minutes. 6 minutes is an eternity in the world we live in right now. Then once all that's loaded, you can touch all the X's and close all that stuff and then hit jump to recipe, and then it jumps to the recipe, and then that process starts all over again. And sometimes when you're on an iPad, it just goes black and says the web page had problems loading. Please restart. Holy shit. I don't understand. It can't just be me. I don't understand why every recipe has to be that way online. And here's a trick for all you guys. Here's a life hack. Get to the recipe, go through that nightmare, get to the recipe, take a screenshot, scroll up to the directions, take a screenshot, boom. Now when you're over in your kitchen, you can just pull up a picture that'll never unload, that pop-ups won't come up on, that you don't have to close out of some video. You're welcome. Okay. I think we're coming to the end. CP Show says it right there. I like doing this, guys. I would love it if you guys will watch more than 47 seconds. That's an average. Some people are watching, and I appreciate you watching. I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going to keep trying to put up some shorts, see what happens. I am promoting some of the episodes just to get some subscribers going and see if we can make a run at this. So, watch some episodes. Go to our sponsor's website. Buy some cabinets. I don't care about that. I do care about that. I don't care about that. Yeah. CP Show. Says it right there. We'll see you next week. As long as I don't get hit by a bus or win the mega, then you will not see me next week. You may see me again in a fucking studio with a green screen, but in a TriCaster, but you will not see me next week if I win the mega. You guys know the mega's up to $765 million or something like that. You'd clear about 380 if you won by yourself. Cash option after taxes. Can you imagine? I'm almost 50. I couldn't spend that much money if I tried before I died. What, I got 20 years left if I'm super healthy? 25? Now let's say 30 if I'm super healthy. 25 if I'm mediocre healthy. I drink too much, so 20. I think I would give, obviously family would all get a ton of money. And then I think I would seek out individuals that impacted my life in a positive way, whether it was for 10 minutes or 2 weeks or 6 months, and just go, I don't know if you remember me, but I remember you. And here's $5 million. God, that would be so much fun. That'd be the most fun I've ever had. It'd be the most fun 6 months of my life to fly around and give people money that were good to me, that helped me, that gave me advice, that were positive in my life. God, that would be fun. All right, that's it. CP Show. See you next week. I love you. Truly, I do. See you next week.